and welcome to our channel. I'm Jennifer, the mom, and today I'm reviewing the Life Teen confirmation program called Purpose. My parish recently started using this program. I've been through it twice now. In the past, we've used Decision Point and Chosen and really liked those, but recently the parish decided to shake things up a little bit, and I have my list of favorite things that I really like about the program and my list of things that maybe I wish were different. So I'm going to share those with you today. I hope the information is helpful. Alright, I'm going to start with my list of pros, the things I like about the Purpose program. But I do want to say up front that I am not affiliated with Life Teen or any publishing company, so what I'm going to tell you is just my opinion, and your mileage may vary. Alright, the thing I liked the most about the Purpose program is that it's definitely more interactive than either Chosen or Decision Point. Those two programs are video based, but with Purpose you are not going to just put in a DVD and sit back and watch videos with your students and discuss them. Purpose is definitely more interactive, and the heart of the program is that one-on-one talking to your students. The second pro in my book for Purpose is that the kids just really seem to like it. They were up and out of their chairs, moving around and interacting a lot more. Every lesson started with a really fun icebreaker. They got to talk to each other more, to the teachers more, and that really helped foster a sense of community. So it was a lot of fun, and I could see that reflected in the kids' attitudes. Pro number 3 is that every session started with 20 minutes of Lectio Divina, which is when you read a Bible passage 3 times and then reflect on it. That was a golden opportunity. It was great to have that time built into the schedule. A lot of the kids that I taught came into the program not really comfortable looking up books of the Bible and passages and verses, but by the time that they were done with all of our sessions, they were really comfortable maneuvering around the Bible. Plus, we had a lot of really good conversations. Pro number 4, this program really asked the kids to think. There is no student workbook for Life Teen Purpose, which maybe could also be a con. Instead, they each had a journal, and a lot of the time we asked questions and they had time to sit and think about their answers and write those in their journal. Sometimes the questions were fairly personal, and instead of just having to share that information with the whole group, they could just write it down, and that was really a good way to handle some more sensitive topics. Pro number 5 is one of my favorite things about the program, and that's that on the first day of class, the students and parents come to class together and the parents stay for the whole time. So during that time, they do several fun activities together. They have time to sit and talk. We give them a list of questions that they can discuss, and there was so much laughter and joy in the room, and it was so much fun to see the parents and kids working together on these different activities that they had to complete. So it was just a really fun way to start off the whole confirmation program, and it was definitely a big hit. Pro number 6 is that since the program is not video based, there is no main presenter like Matthew Kelly or Krista Fanig. It is up to the teachers to present the lessons. So at our church, each teacher could volunteer to present a lesson to the entire group, and that was a fantastic way for the kids and the other teachers to get to know each other. We heard from a lot of different people from a lot of different backgrounds, and again, that really fostered that sense of community. The last pro, number 7, is that each lesson comes with a detailed lesson plan. There is plenty of information there, and a lot of it dives deep, so you're never going to run out of things to talk about with your students. And if you're a planner or an organizer, everything is laid out right there for you. Now on to the cons. These are things that I found very challenging when using the program, but other people might not have an issue with them. And some of them are things that I think maybe Life Teen could fix in the future to make the program more user-friendly. We'll see. The biggest con for me, con number 1, is that there is no printed teacher's manual for the program. There's a phone app that you can download and then look at the lesson plans in the phone app, and then if you want, you can print the pages from your phone app. Okay, so this was weird for me because number 1, I like to have a book, and number 2, we have a policy during our confirmation classes that the students can't have their phones out. So it was a little bit weird to see the teachers all looking at their phones during the class. So I elected to print the pages out before class every time, but once I got organized and I thought, oh, I'm just going to print out a bunch of lessons all at once, well, they fell off my printer, and that was when I discovered that if you print from the phone app, the pages aren't numbered. So if they get out of order, you really have a headache of a time putting them back in the proper sequence. Con number 3 is one I mentioned earlier, and that is that there is no student workbook for this program. The students had journals, and that was really great, but then if a student missed class, it was really hard because you couldn't go and just tell them to read X number of pages at home to get caught up. Now, there are little pamphlets that come with the program, and I'll put a picture up on the screen. They're very small, like 5 by 7 in size, and they just cover one topic, and they're very short. So I felt like it was just not the same as having a nice student manual to go with the program, but again, your mileage may vary. Con number 4 is that the website is just not very user-friendly for Purpose. The lady in charge of confirmation at our parish had really high hopes and was really excited to use this program, but she found that it was difficult for her to navigate the website and put in the student information the way she wanted to. But again, that is a problem that Life Teen could potentially fix in the future. Con number 5 is that I thought the lesson plans for Purpose used some very strange terminology. In an average lesson plan, the parts might be labeled the welcome, the opening prayer, the main lesson, the discussion, but in Purpose, there were strange terms like the gather, the proclaim, the break, which wasn't the kind of break where you get a drink and go to the bathroom. So I was very befuddled the first time I taught. I couldn't understand, what do we do during the gather, and what is the send, and what does this all mean? Con number 6 was that sometimes I felt like there was way too much information in every lesson. The lesson plans were very deep and detailed, which was great, and we definitely don't want to dumb down the information for our students, but sometimes I felt like there was a lot of heavy vocabulary and a lot of heavy concepts. For example, during one class, we had to discuss Thomas Aquinas's proofs for the existence of God, and we had about 15 minutes to do that, which felt a little bit overwhelming, especially with teenagers. Con number 7 is that the Purpose Confirmation program doesn't translate well to virtual classes on Zoom. Now, this is not the fault of the Purpose program. This is something that we just discovered by accident. We had a couple of students test positive for COVID while we were teaching live classes, so we had to go online. And being such an interactive program with so many great activities and icebreakers and discussions, it was really hard to keep that momentum going online. So hopefully you won't have to deal with that. All right, now that we've been through all the pros and cons, I want to give you a big tip about the Purpose program, and this is something that we discovered a little bit late in the game, but it was very helpful. There's this book called The Story Guide, and I believe this is meant for parents, but it has all the information that you need for each lesson summarized very nicely, all the main points, very user-friendly, and a huge help. As I mentioned, some of the lessons are very detailed, and it can be a little overwhelming for the teachers to figure out, like, what are the most important points of this lesson. This helps you because this tells you everything that you need to make sure that the kids know. All right, so I've been through the Purpose program twice as a teacher now, and what is my bottom line? Purpose, yes or no? Do I recommend it? And my answer is definitely yes. I really like the program. I will say it's a lot more work, at least initially, for the teachers trying to figure out how to run everything. But the students really like the program, and I could see the spiritual fruits and benefits of it, and they really did learn a lot. So overall, I was very happy to be challenged by the Purpose program, and I felt like it was a good fit for our parish. So let me know in the comments if you've ever used the Purpose program or a different confirmation program that you have to recommend. If you have any questions, just leave them for me, and I'll be happy to answer them as best I can. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.